Hey, welcome back to another episode where I'm creating this game. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a game, and it's about these villagers building different things and getting resources. And in the last episode, we were trying to, or at least I was typing up a way to get them to have their own home and only go to that home that they've been assigned to. And what I did off camera, I noticed I had typed a few things incorrectly. The first was, let's see, I had done something. I think I did this part wrong. And let's see, where else? This was carrying it out. I think it was right. Actually, it was right here. I had these backwards. This was the building's villager count had to be less than the total occupants. The total occupants is actually, I should probably change it to like max occupants, but this is how much it could have, and so I'm not actually adding any to the total. The total is actually tracked by the list of how many's in the list. And then I cleaned up, I created a create a task function here, which sends it an interactable. So in this case, for eating, this is creating an eat interactable. And then I had this, I think I had this incorrectly. I think I had said equal null instead of not equal null. So that's what was the issue there. I could probably take this and replace a lot of these functions here. It's basically create a task is doing this. So I'll try to use this more and maybe later clean that up. Anyways, today we're going to try to get these villagers to have babies. It's kind of the whole point of the game is to get more villagers so that you can get more buildings and so on and so on. And as we go further into this programming or making this game, the systems are going to become more complex, or at least the AI will become more complex. But for now, we're just going to keep some things simple. I'm going to go to the character stat, and in here we're going to have a public bool can have babies, and we'll set to false. So some villagers will be able to have babies, some won't. And then we're going to have a public, no, we'll leave that. But actually that's not in the stats. Let's take that out. We want that in the character stats. Character stats. Right here. Alright, can have babies. Basically, now, can have babies won't necessarily mean that the character will be able to have babies, but just could the villager have babies at all. For example, we're probably going to introduce age eventually, and in the age, a younger villager won't be able to have babies, but would be able to do it in the future. So this is basically saying, boy or girl kind of thing. And then let's see, we want here I don't know what to call this. Desire for baby. It's kind of weird, but basically what I want to do is, I don't want the don't want them to just constantly having babies all the time, but they're going to have this kind of desire for baby, and then when that desire gets filled, it resets, and then they have to wait again. I'm not sure what else to call that. So desire for baby, and really this might probably only used with villagers that can have babies. Something like that. Let's see, anything else I can think of? Nope. But in our village controller, we're going to have a public villager controller, and we're going to call it their soulmate. The person they will have babies with. Alright, so their soulmate. Alright, let's go here and let's do some defaults. And let's change this to desire for baby. Base number is 100, and we'll just leave it at that for now. Well, let's just do that. Maybe we can see it a little bit more often. Alright, so let's go to our map manager and take out this break. Few things we're going to need. We're going to need this, and we will call it procreate action. Alright, this will happen at a house and create a new villager. So then up here, public void create villager, and we're going to say int I think we just need vector 2int. Actually, let's stop using those. Let's just say location. We don't need a vector 2int. Alright, and here at the top we want, we're going to do a public list. We could have different types of villagers. For example, I think eventually we want, maybe you could have dwarves, you could have elves and orcs, different kind of races there. So, villager prefab, just go to a new list, and go back down to here. And so I think we will take a villager num, and basically we want to say game object is equal to, or game object villager is equal to instantiate villager prefab. Oops. Villager num. Villager dot transform dot position is equal to location. All right. So that will create it. So in our procreate, we're going to say villager, create villager. And for now, let's just say 0. Location will be the interactable geo dot transform dot position. Alrighty. Now we'll add some more things like keep track of family members, but for now we'll just do that. Now let's go to the AI. Let's go to the check needs. Again, this just keeps getting larger and larger. Let's see. Test for babies. Baby making. Alright, let's just copy, let's say, and we'll do else. So it always picks one of them, and it chooses to make a baby before all the other ones, before eating or sleeping. So it changes to dot desire for baby, and so we're going to have another state. Under our character controller called make baby. All right. And so if we go to our here, let's just add that missing case. Okay, let's just leave that there for now. Let's go to our check needs. So making baby. If building I don't like the way that this is kind of working. If home building is not equal to null. Alright, so we got some issues here with our if statements. Because if, let's say, this were true, then it would say, oh wait, we don't have a building, so we're not going to be able to make a baby. Only make a baby if, well, there's a couple, if we have a home and we make babies. And character stats dot can make, no, just can make babies, can have babies. All right. And then if it can, we're just going to return. So don't do the other stuff. But then here we could. See this, it could sleep outside. It doesn't need to have a building. For eating, it could eat outside. It doesn't have to have a building for eating. However, for making babies, only do it. We're not going to be making babies outside. None of that's going on. Not in our village. Plus, if you can't make babies, then you're not going to do that either. So if they can do this, we're going to return. We're basically going to do we need another script, another interactable script. Make babies. Let's just say make one baby. Change that to an interactable. I mean, it's possible. Maybe they have twins, triplets. You know, we could do that. I do want kind of a complex, more complex kind of family tree type thing. Where, well, let's say you have a house, and the house can have up to 4 villagers, and then, you know, there's just 4 random people living there. Well, let's say 2 of them end up becoming soulmates. Well, if they become soulmates, then, if they become soulmates, and then they have a baby, basically what's going to happen is one of the other people in that house will get kicked out. Okay, because you gotta have room for the kid. So one gets kicked out, and they're gonna have to go find another home. If they have another baby, then that last one will get kicked out. So there could be like a max number of children based upon their home. So we'll see. It's kind of why you have to have, you know, the need for building more homes is because you're gonna get more villagers, and they're gonna need more homes. Let's see. Make baby action. Let's leave that. Let's go to village controller. We're going to say make baby. Make baby is equal to home building dot get component make baby. And then we want to create a task with that make baby. All right. Let's put in this too, and soulmate. So here's the tricky part. We want to actually create a task for the soulmate. So create a, we're going to say soulmate dot create a task make baby. Oof, I don't know. Yeah. So they're going to go to this home and make that baby. So we need to find a soulmate. I mean, we don't need to. The villagers do. They need their soulmate. How do we do that? Testing for getting a soulmate. Now, there's going to be probably a more complex system for the social aspect for our villagers, and it could be that, you know, as they are walking by each other, they stop and have a little chat, and so as they're kind of proximity near other villagers, their social likeness and it could be a couple different things that determine whether they like him or not. Maybe what they have little conversations, and maybe they all have different personalities, that kind of stuff. And then then they'll find their soulmate out there. And then so what's going to happen is if they ever find a soulmate, one of them's going to be like, hey, you're going to move in with me, and that's then going to become their home. They're going to become their homes. And if there's another person at home, that person gets kicked out. But for now, we're just going to do this. If soulmate is equal to null, so if we don't have a soulmate, how do we want to do this? In our map manager, we need a public list of village controllers called all villagers. Okay, need that to be capital. So this will keep track of all the villagers in the game. Let's say public villager controller get soulmate, and all we'll do here is return null if we can't find one. And if we're going to say for each village controller villager in all villagers, if village controller, if villager dot soulmate is equal to null, and so we need to send this village controller. Or how can we say that? This is called soulmate. Soulmate villager. If soulmate villager let's get this better. If soulmate villager is null and soulmate villager is not equal to village controller. Okay, so we can't pick ourselves as a soulmate. Then we're going to say return soulmate villager. And really we could do here, I kind of just want to put it all in here. Soulmate villager dot soulmate is equal to villager villager dot soulmate is equal to soulmate. All right. So let's go to our village controller, map manager instance, get soulmate, and we're going to send it this. All right. let's go to the map manager. Let's go to the action of creating a baby. Now we want to say if interactable dot task dot village controller dot character stats dot can have babies. So what's going to happen is they're both going to go and do this task at the same time. Alright, this is a little bit more complicated. Well, for now we're going to test it this way and work on getting those other kind of like timing issues, because what's going to happen is it needs to know this task needs to wait for another task to happen at the same time. You know, this can't happen until the other villagers also at the house. So there's a condition to this task. You just, when it gets fired, so we have to put it in kind of a wait state. And I'm not sure. Well, we could actually, let's go here. Where is it? Let's go back to the map manager. We don't want this. Nope, we don't want that here. We want to say villager interactable task villager controller character state is equal to character state make baby. So we're going to be stuck in this kind of mode here. We'll probably have issues, but we'll just do that. And so here is where we're going to make the baby. If character stat can make baby, and say map manager dot instance dot create villager at our position. Alright, so then we want to change the state. Character states dot character state is equal to idle. We also want to not just have a baby, but we're not going to have a baby unless our soulmate is in. Alright, so these babies are going to happen instantaneously. We could actually have like a time where you know, the villager is pregnant, and so you have to wait, kind of make it a little bit more real, I guess, realistic. I mean, this game's not realistic to begin with, but let's see, soulmate dot character state is equal to the make baby state. So maybe it's not as complicated as I thought. So if they're both in that state, then the one that can have a baby will have it, and then we're going to say soulmate dot character state is also equal to idle. Alright, I'm kind of liking this. Let's see if it works though. Alright, let's go to our let's see. our character. Let's go to our prefabs. And we're going to drag down a villager there. And now let's go to our map manager. And let's go to, let's see, all villagers, no, villager prefab, let's add that one. Now somewhere we have to set these two villagers. Well, I hate to do this, but sorry Bob, sorry other Bob, we're going to get rid of you. Let's go to our map manager and let's go to where we're testing out our interactables. So testing out our interactables, and we're going to also say add some villagers, and we'll just say game object blah blah blah. Villager temp, change this to villager temp. We're going to instantiate from villager prefab. We'll do the first one. So that's villager number 1. Villager number 2. And we want to say villager temp dot get component character village controller. Let's call this villager controller is equal to this, and then villager controller, sorry, no, yeah, that's right, dot characters stats that can have babies is true, and let's give ourselves a name. Villager name is equal to Betty, and do that here. Just get rid of that. We're going to say false, and this is going to be Bob. Okay. We want to say all villagers dot add village controller. We'll do the same thing here. And save, and when we create a villager, we want to say all villagers dot add villager dot get component get component village controller. All right, that seems good. Yeah. Okay, let's go here. Let's test this out. All right, we got Bob and Betty, desire for baby. Let's go. Let's add a house. Oops. Get some wood to build that house. We are hungry, but we're not going to worry about hungry. We're sleepy. He'll probably sleep. Alright, they're going. He's going to go look for that wood. I still need to fix that where he doesn't, hey, that wood's no longer there, so don't go and finish that task. Actually, just remove that task. Okay. Let's see if we have any heirs. We don't have any heirs. Do we have a soulmate? Let's see, where's our villager? We do. They're soulmates. So they're soulmates. Let's see what they're idle. They both have a house. Oh, you know what? Here, let me stop it. When I was testing out the homes, I only allowed the home to have one person. Whoops. Not the blueprint, but the building. Let's change this to 2. Whoops. Because remember, they're not going to have a baby outside. Alright, you're going to take a while to get that. Let's just get some. Okay, fine, both of you go. Let's build a house. Alright. Let's just pause it for a sec. We're going to have an error. We never added the make baby. Go back to the building. We need to add that component. Make baby. So here we go again, building that house. Getting the materials we need. Alright, what's going on with him? What is he working on? Where's our task manager? Oh, I can't see those tasks anymore. Oh, I think I can if I go to debug. I'm in debug mode. I can't see those. Alright. What are they doing? Alright, very odd. Let's just see something. We got our villagers were working. Can no longer see the task. We're not carrying action. We're just working. See this villager working. Working on what? That's the question. Village controller. Task is complete. Get needs. If soulmate. We get our soulmate, that's fine. If our desire for baby is less than 0. And we cannot sleep. If our home building is not null. Let's just do some debugs. Create a baby task. Look at this. That's probably why. Alright. Yeah, let's just test that. Sorry. What do we got here? If you can have babies and soulmate is not equal to null. Let's test this out first. Alright, going to there. Alright, gathered that. Alright, now we're working together. We built that. Let's pause it. Villager. We are working. What are we working on? We're in the state of working. I do have some errors, so that's good. That's probably why. Let's see, what are they? Aha! We did not set the... So this is something I really need to kind of fix. Because every time I do this I have to... So this doesn't... I didn't even make this yet. Go back here. Go to our interactable actions. Let's get another one. I really... I think I've mentioned this before. This is like so redundant. It's one thing if why don't I have that? Oh, I call it the procreate action. Let's change it to make baby. Just so that's kind of consistent in that center here. Alright. So maybe that was the issue. I mean, we could speed this up by having them, but I already having a house built, but I kind of want to test out all the actions, make sure things are still working. So they're going there. We do not have any errors. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Oh my word. We just had a ton of babies all at once. Look at that. Cool. Yeah. So they really like to have kids. Let's go to after we make a baby, we want make baby dot, sorry, we're going to say character stat dot stats dot character stats dot stat type dot desired for baby dot base is equal to 100, so they won't keep having babies over and over again. And we also want to say the soulmates Okay. And let's do this in my map manager. Create villager. See, we want this to be a little bit more complicated. But testing. Let's say int random is equal to random dot why do I have access to the random does anyone know why I can't get random? Did something change? It used to be random.range. That doesn't work. Is it under a new library? Do I create it as a random? Confused between, okay, because I'm using systems. Alright, what's the difference? I guess Unity has their own random engine random range. If rad equals 0, so this will make a, let's say, villager dot get component villager dot characters stats dot can have baby is true. Else, so this will random whether it's a boy or a girl. False. Or basically whether they can have babies or not. Alright. Let's click here. So you go do something. Let's make sure we get a house. You might want to make another house so your kids can have homes. Alright. I think sometimes when you see them stopping is because they're falling asleep. Alright, okay. Alright, we got a new little guy there. New little villager. We don't have a home though. So sad. Can we make babies? I don't know. I don't have a way to see that. Or do I? No, I can't see my character stats. Well, that's something I would have to include. Alright, let's see if we can get all three of them working now. Okay, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Are we having another baby? Something's happening. Console. Okay, we got some errors. Someone's trying to have a baby, but they don't have a. I believe they don't have a soulmate. They shouldn't be able to get a soulmate. Okay, I see what. I kind of let's see. Right, because they. Let me check my my AI here. All right, map manager instance. Get soulmate is this. We should never be able to make a baby if we don't have a soulmate. If we can't make babies and if we don't have a home building. Huh. Really interesting. Let's go to let me go to map manager, create villager, get component villager, okay. Add the villager controller, okay. Let's see, make babies, that's fine. Create villager, okay. Get soulmate. If soulmate villager.soulmate is equal to null, so we don't have one. This does check to make sure that whichever we can't pick ourselves. Well, I might put a pause here. I'll look into it. But we kind of have it working. Two villagers go to their house. They create a new baby, and then I think we're just having some issues with that new one being created with something. So, well, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.